Montessori Moments: 50 Activities to Foster Creativity and Confidence at Home. Ciro Irmici. Copyright 2024 Ciro Irmici. All rights reserved. Embracing Montessori at home. In today's fast-paced world, parents are increasingly seeking meaningful and effective ways to support their children's growth and development at home. The Montessori method, with its focus on independence, creativity, and hands-on learning, offers a timeless approach that nurtures a child's natural curiosity and love for learning. Montessori Moments: 50 Activities to Foster Creativity and Confidence at Home is designed to be your practical guide in bringing the Montessori philosophy into your everyday life, no matter your level of experience or the size of your home. Montessori education, developed over a century ago by Dr. Maria Montessori, is more than just a method. It is a mindset that respects the child's innate ability to learn and grow when given the right environment and opportunities. At its core, the Montessori approach encourages children to explore their world at their own pace, making choices that lead them to discover and understand concepts deeply rather than just memorizing facts. This book aims to translate those timeless Montessori principles into simple, achievable activities that can be easily incorporated into daily routines at home. Why Montessori at home? Bringing Montessori principles into the home environment offers numerous benefits. First and foremost, it empowers children to become active participants in their learning journey. Unlike traditional education methods that often emphasize passive learning and rote memorization, Montessori encourages children to engage with materials, ask questions, and make connections that lead to a deeper understanding of the world around them. When children are given the freedom to choose their activities, guided by their interests, they develop a love for learning that lasts a lifetime. Moreover, the Montessori approach at home fosters independence and self-confidence. Everyday tasks, such as preparing a snack, folding laundry, or arranging flowers, are seen as valuable learning opportunities that build practical life skills. These activities are not only about mastering tasks, but also about instilling a sense of responsibility and ownership in children. When a child successfully pours a glass of water or zips up their jacket, they experience a sense of accomplishment that boosts their self-esteem. Montessori at home also promotes a peaceful, respectful, and collaborative family dynamic. As children learn to take care of themselves and their environment, they also learn to respect others and work cooperatively. Families who adopt the Montessori approach often find that their homes become more harmonious and less chaotic, as children become more engaged, responsible, and capable of managing their own needs. How this book will guide you. This book is carefully structured to take you on a journey through various Montessori activities that cover essential areas of development: practical life, sensorial exploration, language development, math readiness, science and nature, cultural studies and geography, art and creativity, emotional and social development, and independent learning. Each chapter is filled with thoughtfully designed activities that not only engage children, but also teach them valuable skills that they will carry with them throughout their lives. For each activity, you'll find clear step-by-step instructions that make it easy to implement, along with tips on how to adapt them for different age groups and interests. The activities are designed to use common household items and are mindful of space constraints, ensuring they are accessible for every family. You don't need to buy expensive materials or have a dedicated room for learning. Montessori at home is about making the most of the space and resources you already have. Additionally, each chapter provides insights into the developmental goals of the activities, helping you understand the why behind each exercise. Knowing the purpose of these activities will help you better support your child's learning journey and observe their growth more meaningfully. Whether it's enhancing fine motor skills through practical life exercises or fostering a love for nature with science explorations, each activity is a building block in your child's holistic development. Creating a Montessori mindset. The key to success with Montessori at home is not just about doing activities. It's about adopting a mindset that views every moment as an opportunity for learning. This mindset encourages parents to slow down, observe, and truly understand their child's needs and interests. By creating a prepared environment where children feel safe, respected, and motivated, you'll be laying the foundation for a lifelong love of learning. Remember, the goal is not perfection. Every family is unique, and so is every child. Some activities might resonate more with your child than others, and that's perfectly okay. The beauty of Montessori is its flexibility. It's about following the child and allowing them to lead their own learning experiences. As you dive into this book, you'll find that Montessori is less about rigid rules and more about embracing a fluid and responsive approach to education that grows with your child. Your Montessori journey begins here. By choosing this book, you are taking a wonderful step towards enriching your child's life with the joy of discovery, independence, and creativity. The Montessori journey at home is a shared adventure, one where both children and parents learn and grow together. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and prepare to explore a new way of engaging with your child that is fulfilling, meaningful, and fun. As you turn the pages and explore the activities ahead, remember that every small moment can be a Montessori moment. Whether it's in the kitchen, the backyard, or the living room, every corner of your home has the potential to become a space for learning and growth. Let's embark on this journey together and discover the magic of Montessori at home. Welcome to Montessori Moments, where every day is an opportunity to foster creativity, confidence, and a lifelong love of learning. Setting up your Montessori home. Creating a Montessori-inspired home environment is the first step in integrating Montessori principles into your child's everyday life. A well-prepared environment is crucial in the Montessori approach because it sets the foundation for independent learning, exploration, and development. In this chapter, we will explore how to create a nurturing and stimulating environment that encourages children to learn at their own pace, make their own choices, and feel empowered in their surroundings. You don't need to have a large space or expensive materials to implement Montessori at home. What matters most is thoughtful organization, accessibility, and respect for the child's needs and abilities. Creating a prepared environment in a Montessori home. The environment is thoughtfully prepared to invite children to explore and engage with their surroundings. This concept of a prepared environment is essential because it allows children to have the freedom to choose their activities while providing them with the necessary structure to develop self-discipline and concentration. Here's how to get started. Declutter and simplify. Montessori environments are uncluttered and well-organized. Begin by removing any unnecessary or overly stimulating items. Fewer toys and materials that are thoughtfully chosen and displayed help children focus and engage deeply with what is available. Remember, it's not about the quantity of materials, but the quality and relevance to the child's development. Child-sized furniture and tools. Invest in child-sized furniture and tools that are easily accessible to your child. Low shelves, small tables and chairs, and easy-to-reach hooks and baskets allow children to participate actively in their environment. This promotes independence as they can access their learning materials, toys, and tools without adult assistance. Organized and accessible learning spaces. Arrange learning materials on low, open shelves where children can see and reach them easily. Group similar activities together, and use trays or baskets to contain materials for each activity. This organization not only supports independence, but also helps children develop a sense of order, which is a fundamental Montessori principle. Create learning zones. Designate specific areas in your home for different types of activities, such as a reading corner, a practical life area, a creative art space, and a quiet corner for relaxation and reflection. These distinct zones help children understand what is expected in each area and encourage focused, purposeful activity. Rotate materials regularly. To keep the environment fresh and engaging, rotate the materials on the shelves regularly. This doesn't mean you need to buy new materials constantly. Instead, you can rotate between items you already have. Observe your child's interests and developmental needs, and choose materials that align with them. Understanding the Montessori materials. Montessori materials are uniquely designed to support the child's natural development and curiosity. Unlike conventional toys, Montessori materials are often simple, beautiful, and purposeful, allowing children to focus on one concept at a time. While you don't need to replicate an entire Montessori classroom at home, having a few key materials can greatly enhance your child's learning experience. Here are some essential Montessori materials and their purposes. Practical life materials. These include items like child-sized brooms, mops, pouring jugs, and trays for transferring activities. Practical life materials help children develop fine motor skills, coordination, and a sense of responsibility as they learn to care for themselves and their environment. Sensorial materials. Sensorial materials like the pink tower, color tablets, and sound cylinders help children refine their senses and develop cognitive skills such as classification, comparison, and sequencing. These materials are designed to isolate a specific sense, such as sight or sound, and encourage children to explore and understand the world through that sense. Language and math materials. Sandpaper letters, movable alphabet, number rods, and golden beads are just a few examples of Montessori materials that support language and mathematical development. These materials provide a tactile and concrete way for children to grasp abstract concepts, making learning intuitive and engaging. Cultural and science materials. Montessori education also emphasizes cultural awareness and scientific exploration. Materials like globe puzzles, animal classification cards, and botany puzzles introduce children to the diversity of our world and instill a sense of wonder about nature and the universe. While it's wonderful to have these materials, remember that many Montessori activities can be created using everyday household items. The essence of Montessori is about adapting to the child's needs and environment, so feel free to get creative and use what you have at hand. Tips for organizing learning spaces. To make the most of your Montessori home environment, it's important to be intentional about organizing and maintaining it. Here are some tips to ensure your space remains functional and inspiring. Keep it simple and minimalistic. The Montessori philosophy values simplicity and beauty. Use natural materials like wood, wicker, and fabric baskets to store materials. Avoid overly bright colors or busy patterns, as these can be distracting for children. Encourage independence with accessibility. Place items at the child's eye level. Books, toys, and activities should be easily accessible so that children can choose what they want to engage with and put it back when they are done. This encourages a sense of ownership and responsibility. Create a peace corner. A peace corner or quiet corner is a small, cozy space where children can go when they need to calm down, reflect, or just have a quiet moment. This could include soft cushions, a small basket of calming activities like sensory bottles or a stress ball, and perhaps a few picture books about emotions. Label shelves and baskets. Use picture labels for younger children or word labels for older children to help them learn where things belong. This not only aids in organization, but also promotes early literacy and a sense of order. Involve your child in the process. When setting up your Montessori environment, involve your child in organizing and deciding where things go. This will give them a sense of ownership and encourage them to take care of their environment. How to encourage independence at home. Montessori education emphasizes fostering independence from a young age. A prepared environment plays a significant role in achieving this, but so do the attitudes and expectations of the adults in the child's life. Here's how you can encourage independence. Allow time for exploration. Give your child plenty of time to explore their environment and engage with the materials. Avoid rushing or directing them too much. Instead, allow them to learn through discovery and self-correction. Teach self-help skills. Encourage children to dress themselves, prepare simple snacks, clean up after meals, and take part in household chores. These practical life activities help build confidence and a sense of competence. Model respectful communication. Speak to your child in a calm, respectful, and clear manner. Explain the expectations and provide choices when appropriate. For example, instead of saying, "You have to clean up now," you could say, "Would you like to put away your blocks or your books first?" This approach encourages decision-making and autonomy. Offer choices and responsibilities. Allow children to make choices about their activities and take responsibility for their environment. For example, let them choose which activity they would like to do from a prepared shelf or which snack they would like to help prepare. Observe and follow the child. One of the core principles of Montessori is to follow the child. This means observing your child closely to understand their interests and developmental needs, and then providing appropriate materials and support. By setting up a Montessori-inspired environment at home, you create a space that nurtures independence, creativity, and confidence. Remember that the goal is to create a supportive and flexible environment that grows with your child, adapting to their changing interests and developmental stages. With the right preparation and mindset, your home can become a place where your child thrives and learns joyfully every day. As you move forward, keep these principles in mind and enjoy the process of setting up a beautiful, peaceful, and engaging Montessori home environment. This is where the journey begins. A journey of exploration, discovery, and growth for both you and your child. Practical life activities. Practical life activities are the cornerstone of the Montessori approach, especially for young children. These activities are designed to help children develop fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, concentration, independence, and a sense of responsibility. Practical life activities mimic everyday tasks that adults perform, allowing children to participate meaningfully in their home environment. In this chapter, we will explore a variety of practical life activities that you can easily set up at home to help your child gain confidence and competence in managing daily tasks. These activities are simple, require minimal preparation, and use materials that you likely already have at home. The importance of practical life activities. Practical life activities are more than just chores or busy work. They are foundational experiences that teach children to care for themselves, others, and their environment. These activities help children develop essential skills such as concentration, coordination, order, and independence, skills that are crucial for all future learning. When children engage in practical life tasks, they also learn to be self-reliant and responsible. The process of completing these tasks, whether it's pouring water, buttoning a shirt, or sweeping the floor, offers countless opportunities for developing patience, precision, and problem-solving skills. Furthermore, these activities are critical for developing fine motor control and preparing children for more complex tasks in language, mathematics, and other areas of learning. The repetitive nature of practical life tasks helps build muscle memory and creates neural pathways that support cognitive development. The beauty of practical life activities lies in their simplicity and their ability to engage children in meaningful, purposeful work that directly relates to their everyday lives. Pouring and transferring water. One of the simplest yet most effective practical life activities is pouring and transferring water. This activity is excellent for developing fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and concentration. Start by setting up a small tray with a small pitcher filled with water and an empty glass or cup. Demonstrate to your child how to carefully hold the pitcher with both hands and pour the water into the glass without spilling. Encourage your child to try, allowing them to practice pouring multiple times. For variety, you can introduce different types of pouring activities, such as transferring water using a ladle or a sponge, which adds an extra layer of challenge and fun. These variations keep the activity engaging and help further develop motor skills. Materials needed: small pitcher, small glass or cup, tray to catch any spills, towels for cleaning up. Developmental benefits: fine motor skill development, and eye coordination, concentration and focus, independence and confidence. Buttoning and zipping frames. Learning to dress oneself is a significant milestone in a child's journey toward independence. Buttoning and zipping frames are classic Montessori materials that help children practice these skills in a focused and repetitive way. If you don't have these specific frames, you can create a similar experience using clothing items you already have at home. For instance, Lay out a child-sized shirt with buttons or a jacket with a zipper on a flat surface, and demonstrate how to button or zip it. Encourage your child to try it themselves, guiding them gently as needed. Materials needed: buttoning frame or a child-sized shirt with buttons. Zipping frame or a child-sized jacket with a zipper. Developmental benefits: fine motor skill refinement. Hand-eye coordination. Independence in dressing. Washing fruits and vegetables. Washing fruits and vegetables is a practical life activity that children find both fun and purposeful. It teaches them about cleanliness, food preparation, and healthy eating habits. Set up a small basin or bowl filled with water, a child-sized scrub brush, and a few fruits or vegetables that need to be washed. Demonstrate how to scrub each fruit or vegetable gently, and let your child take over. This activity is not only practical, but also sensory, as children engage with the textures of different fruits and vegetables. Materials needed: small basin or bowl. Child-sized scrub brush. Fruits and vegetables. Developmental benefits: practical life skills, food preparation. Understanding of hygiene and health. Sensory exploration. Flower arranging. Flower arranging is a beautiful and calming activity that allows children to exercise their creativity and fine motor skills. This activity involves selecting flowers, cutting the stems to the appropriate length, and arranging them in a vase. Start by demonstrating how to handle flowers gently and how to trim the stems using a child-safe pair of scissors. Provide a small vase and encourage your child to arrange the flowers as they like. This activity not only helps children develop a sense of aesthetics and appreciation for beauty, but also teaches them how to care for living things. Materials needed: small vase. Child-safe scissors. Flowers of different types and lengths. Tray to hold the materials. Developmental benefits: fine motor skill development. Creativity and aesthetics. Responsibility and care for living things. Setting the table. Setting the table is a wonderful way to involve children in daily routines while teaching them about order, responsibility, and hospitality. Create a small set of child-sized tableware, including a plate, cup, utensils, and napkin. Show your child where each item goes, and explain why they are placed in certain positions. Allow your child to set the table independently each day, perhaps even involving them in decorating the table with a placemat or a small flower arrangement. This activity also helps children develop spatial awareness and sequencing skills. Materials needed: child-sized plate, cup, utensils, and napkin. Placemats. Small decorations, flowers, napkin rings, etc. Developmental benefits: practical life skills. Understanding of order and routine. Fine motor and spatial skills. Polishing shoes and furniture. Polishing shoes and furniture is another engaging practical life activity that teaches children about self-care and caring for their environment. This activity requires a small shoe polish kit or natural wood polish and a soft cloth. Demonstrate how to apply a small amount of polish to the cloth and gently rub it into the shoe or piece of furniture in a circular motion. Children learn the value of maintaining their belongings and take pride in seeing the results of their hard work. Materials needed: shoe polish or natural wood polish. Soft cloths. Shoes or small pieces of furniture to polish. Developmental benefits: gross and fine motor coordination. Responsibility and care for personal belongings. Concentration and attention to detail. Sorting and folding laundry. Doing laundry might seem like a mundane chore to adults, but for children it can be a fascinating learning experience. Sorting and folding laundry teaches children about categorization, matching, and following a sequence of steps. Start by involving your child in sorting clothes by color or type, e.g., socks, shirts, pants. Then show them how to fold each type of clothing. Folding smaller items like washcloths or hand towels is a great way for younger children to practice. Over time, children develop confidence in their ability to help with family chores. Materials needed: clean laundry. Designated space for sorting and folding. Developmental benefits: sorting and categorization skills. sequencing and following steps, responsibility and family participation. Sweeping and dusting. Children love to imitate adults, and sweeping and dusting are perfect activities to help them feel involved in household tasks. Provide child-sized cleaning tools like a small broom, dustpan, and duster. Demonstrate how to sweep a small area or dust a low shelf, and then let your child try it. Not only does this activity develop gross motor skills, but it also teaches children the importance of caring for their environment. Materials needed: child-sized broom and dustpan. Small duster. Developmental benefits: gross motor coordination, understanding of cleanliness and hygiene, sense of contribution to the household. Watering plants and gardening. Gardening and watering plants are wonderful ways to teach children about nature, biology, and responsibility. Set up a small indoor or outdoor garden space where your child can help plant seeds, water them, and watch them grow. Provide child-sized gardening tools, and explain the importance of caring for living things. Children learn about patience, nurturing, and the natural world through this hands-on activity. Materials needed: child-sized watering can and gardening tools. Pots or garden space. Seeds or small plants. Developmental benefits: knowledge of nature and science, responsibility and nurturing skills, sensory and fine motor development. Building independence through practical life. Practical life activities are fundamental in the Montessori philosophy because they help children gain confidence, independence, and a sense of purpose. These activities are easy to set up at home and require minimal materials, yet they provide immense developmental benefits. As children engage in these tasks, they learn to take care of themselves, their environment, and the people around them. By including your child in daily routines through practical life activities, you are giving them the tools they need to grow into capable, confident, and caring individuals. As you introduce these activities at home, remember to be patient and encouraging. Allow your child to make